I had 0 YouTube experience, 2 videos, and 18 subscribers. And I went from 300 views to 3,000 on just my 3rd video without any prior YouTube experience. This video we're going to be talking about how I did that. I'm going to be going from least important to most important, so make sure you stick around to the end so that you can hear number 4. Let's get into it. Now, I know that 3,000 views isn't a lot. People get it every single day. People get 3 million views every single day. So this video is just for the people who are just starting out on YouTube and want to know how to get their first couple thousands of views and really start to build and grow with their channel. Right. Number 1 is you have to build the foundations. Imagine that you're building the world's next tallest building. Imagine. Would you start at ground level, or would you dig maybe 200, 500 feet down and set such a strong foundation that the building can be as tall as you want it to be? You definitely want to set that foundation. That's what you have to do with YouTube as well. You can't just go out and start recording videos on whatever makes you happy and put them on your channel and expect to get thousands of views. You have to put in the time and effort to build and know what works on YouTube and what's going to get you those views. Just want to make this clear. I would not have been getting these views if I had just clicked record and started saying stuff that makes me happy and put it on my channel and did no research. I put in months of dedicated research and effort into building my channel and finding out what works, how to record, how to do titles, thumbnails, editing, all that stuff. And obviously I'm still learning, or else I'd be getting hundreds of thousands of views. But you have to build those foundations so that you can really start to see that growth and that change in your channel. To do this, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a few videos before, solid videos with strong titles and thumbnails and ideas and concepts. And you're going to need a solid niche and direction with your channel so that people know where you're going and they're going to want to click and watch that video and subscribe. And you want to have really interesting concepts so the viewers feel like they'd be missing out if they didn't click on that video. So that's number 1. You have to build the foundations of your channel. Right, number 2 is you have to model what already performed. Imagine that you're going to surf, learn to surf for the first time. And you could just paddle out and try and do it and stand up with all your prior knowledge and just what you've seen of people surfing and try and do that by yourself. Or the pros are standing on the beach. The people who have won multiple world championships are standing right there on the beach. You could go talk to them and you could ask them for advice and how would they do it, how would they stand up for their first time, what would they do on their first session. So you can either talk to the pros or you can just paddle out. You think that most people would definitely talk to the pros, right? But that's not how a lot of people do it with YouTube. They just hit record, edit out a few of the silences and post it on their channel, do a little title and thumbnail, no research whatsoever, and they just hit upload. But you could be going to the pros who have already put in the thousands of hours it takes to get good on YouTube and just look at their video and copy it but make it your own, and you would get 10 times the views that you're getting now just because you simply took that step to go and look at what the pros have already done and what worked for them. Now, the video that blew up for me was I was taping my mouth every night for 2 years. I've been doing it for a long time, and I thought, this is an interesting concept, but I'm sure that there are people who have done this before that are getting a lot of views like I'm hoping to get, and I could just go look at theirs and see what they did to get those views. So I went and I looked at, there was a bunch of them, but my favorite was Ali Abdaal, so I literally just copied his title, and he did it for 3 weeks, I did it for 2 years, so I put 2 years. And then the thumbnail, I already had an idea, but with your thumbnail you really want to have something that intrigues people and sparks their curiosity, and almost you want to make them feel like they're losing if they don't click on your video, like they're definitely missing out on some value that you're providing. And that leads me into my 3rd point, which is you have to spark curiosity and interest with your title and thumbnail. If you don't get the click, you're not going to get the views. So our first step, and probably the most important step, is making sure that your title and thumbnail are optimized so that you can get the views that you want. Now, I talked about just copying and pasting, which is what I did, and it worked for me definitely. Now, go to the pros and see what they've done. They put in thousands of hours, if not hundreds of thousands of hours of research and time and effort on what titles work and what thumbnails work and what sparks the interest and curiosity of the viewer. So go and model their videos, because it'll just be much easier and you'll get all the views that you want. That being said, you have to put your own personal touch on it. Imagine that your video right here and the giant YouTuber video right here, and they look exactly the same, but you have 0 subscribers and they have millions of subscribers. Which do you think they're gonna click on? So you have to figure out a way to make yours personalized and make it better than the big YouTubers in some way. For me, my personal advantage was that I had been doing it for 2 years, and there was just such a significant change in the way my face looked, and that was how I beat out the bigger YouTubers and got not a lot of people, but still more people to click on my video than if I had just copied it and made it the same. With the title and thumbnail, you really have to be playing in on people's emotions. The 3 main emotions that get people to click on a video are fear, curiosity, and desire. Think about when you're on YouTube. The only 3 reasons you would want to click on a video is if it sparked your curiosity, fear, or desire. Curiosity is what you should pair with everything, because curiosity is what makes people click on it, but then fear and desire play an extra 2 little bit into that. You would want to click on the video even more if it sparked 2 of those or 3 of those. So yeah, that is number 3. You have to spark emotions and curiosity with your thumbnail and title. Alright, number 4, the last one and the most important one. You could do the first 3 steps and do them perfectly to a T, and nothing would happen if you didn't get this last step. I talked about this a little bit in number 3, but it is you have to use your unfair advantages. Unfair advantages are basically what secret personal touch or thing do you have above everybody else? Like, what are you better at than everybody else? My unfair advantage for this video was that I had been doing it for 2 years, and I had such a significant drastic change in the way my face looked and my jawline, so I was able to really play on that in the title and thumbnail with a before and after picture, and that sparked people's curiosity and desire to know how I had such a drastic change. They obviously knew it was about mouth taping, but they wanted to know specifically the details of how I got that. Without an unfair advantage, you'll just be another face in the crowd, and the people will gravitate to the YouTubers who have millions of subscribers, and they'll just toss your video aside. You have to play into your unfair advantages, or else nobody's gonna watch you. The unfair advantage is something that Ali Abdaal, who has 5.2 million subscribers, talks a lot about, and how he has grown to such heights. So yeah, number 4 is you have to use your unfair advantages to stand out. If you want to go watch that video of mine that blew up and really study it and break down the details and try and replicate it on your own, I'll leave it right here. Thank you for watching, and remember, you can't change your life until you change what's in here. You got this.